We'll slap him at the hospital. That wasn't even the gangster part. The gangster was sat down and enjoyed the rest of the show. Wow! That was a tough one. I haven't seen a lot of wild shit in my life. Slap Chris. Now, I don't know whose fault that was. I don't know what was going on. Chris is my man, but you know what I mean? You don't have no easy delivery. I saw that shit. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. I nigga was laughing at first. That was a tough one. Everyone asks me what I think. I don't know what I think. They say, Dave, who do you think was right? Well, I mean, I don't know who was right or who was wrong. What I do know is it was Will's dream that night.
Right?
Everybody on the internet was like, if he would never slap Dave Chappelle like that. Or if he slapped Dave Chappelle, some shit would happen. You know what I think when I see shit like that? Shut the fuck up. You're gonna get me slapped. This nigga look like he slapped anybody. The fuck was that? Movie star slapping. That slap was wild. The war in the Ukraine stopped for 3 minutes when they our ancestors were picking cotton in Georgia like one slap. I don't think I've seen anything like it. He had an abusive father. He survived that, found rap music, became the first rap artist to ever win a Grammy, and then seamlessly made the transition from rapping to acting with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all those hardcore jams that you got in the big. What a fly fucking nigga this was. And then you just stop rapping. And one movie at a time became the biggest movie star this world has ever seen. And you guys say who's right or who's wrong? Who the fuck knows? I can't judge Will Smith or Chris Rock because I see myself in both of those men. I am a lunatic. I am the man that has had enough and will slap the shit out of the next motherfucker that says something that upsets me.
The crazy thing is I'm more nervous about doing stand-up than I am about bungee jumping out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. When you do music, you forget your lyrics, the audience knows them. And they catch up and they pick up, they go with it. With your stand-up, if you stutter, you stumble, if there's one moment where your heart jumps, they see it. To be able to stand on a stage with a microphone, no music, no backup dancers, no special effects, no second chances, just you, the microphone, and the crowd, to me is the hardest thing in entertainment.
This guy is actually his first time doing stand-up. I feel like he might have a future in it. Make some noise for what's his face.
All right, Rocco! stand-up is on my bucket list because I've always been terrified of it.
I remember this one. It straight to match like this. Say, what's that? Richard Pryor running down the street.
There's nothing in entertainment that is more terrifying to me than standing up in front of an audience with just a microphone, with the anticipation that you will make people laugh. Yet when you connect to people, there's nothing like that.
So I'm headed over to see the master. That's the first step of anything, anytime you want to do something new. And there's only one master that I would ever want to learn from in terms of stand-up. That's going to be a segue, right? That'll be like a segue. All right, so shoot, see how this is how the anticipation builds. All right, so we got it over my shoulder, right? Yeah. Maybe drop into slow-mo, maybe some black and white, as we build the anticipation for meeting the master. I'm like a young grasshopper, and I'm ready to meet the master. Yeah. What's good, man? What's up, man? What's up, brother? You know.
Hell no.
12 weeks from now, Dave was like, cool, next week.
Yo, you call your brother, I come running, man. You know what it is, man. I appreciate that.
Love, man. Appreciate you, man. So I just wanted to sit with you and get some pointers and some ideas. I've never done stand-up. Like, I've never used my life to create material to try to make people laugh.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll run down a checklist.
Yep.
All right, and I don't know who's directing it, but you might want to put these things on the lower third.
Ooh, on the lower third.
Yeah.
Put it
Somewhere
right
around here. There should be some,
man.
some words. Okay.
See, that's why you come to a master, right there.
Yeah. You know, I know the lingo. The first thing I'll tell you is confidence is key. The reason you should be confident is primarily because you're Will Smith. Like it's not gonna go bad. No. Because I've been watching you for years. You're actually a funny dude. I've spoken to you before. You're a great conversationalist. Because what else do you really need? All you need to do is pick the right to talk about.
Yeah.
So then number 2, pick the right to talk about. And the best advice I got ever doing comedy was from a comedian that was not particularly good, but the advice was very important to me. He said, you are one of these comedians that think you have to be funny all the time. And you don't. But you do have to be interesting all the time.
That's deep.
It works,
I like
man.
that.
Yeah, it is.
You have to be interesting all the time.
So you just gotta look at it like you're conducting a conversation with no rebuttal.
Got it.
They're talking back with their laughter, or in many cases, in my case, their disapproval. It's definite. You know, but especially someone of your stature, if they can feel you, they'll never forget you. They'll be like, okay, this is the greatest that's ever happened. And you can tell them about anything. The more embarrassing it is, the more relatable you are, because because everyone thinks you're perfect. Nobody's perfect, but it's fun to be self-aware in front of people, and then a lot of times they forgive themselves for something, just hearing somebody work through something.
You don't have to be funny all the time, but you have to be interesting all the time, because once they can feel you, they will never forget about you. I can say one thing that makes Dave Chappelle one thing that makes him of a distinct comedian is him being interesting. You know, he's an excellent storyteller. He knows how to tell stories. Look at most of his stand-up comedies. He tells stories in such a way that it makes you. It's like describing you a movie script, right? A movie, then putting you in that movie, and you seeing yourself, imagining yourself acting that movie. That is how he that is how he explains it. That is how he tells his movies. His non movies. That is how he tells his stories. In such a way that you imagine yourself in the story and you get to enjoy the ride along. And it is really true. And the more embarrassing it is, the more relatable it is. Because if you want to really make somebody never forget about you, tell the person something really deep and personal about you. Trust me, that person will never ever forget about you, especially the story, because stories embarrassing things tend to stick in the mind. You know, it's usually something that never goes away, something that will always be in your mind, be on your mind for a very, very long time. Then you can see the beginning of the video, right? Dave Chappelle talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock. But look at it, he never chose any side because he's friends with both of them. So if he chooses Will Smith's side, what will he say to Chris Rock? If he chooses Chris Rock's side, what will he say to Will Smith? So when it comes to conflicts and confrontations that people have, usually it is best to be neutral. Be like Switzerland, act neutral. You can correct both of them, but don't pick sides. Especially if you're friends with both of them. You can correct both of them, but you shouldn't pick sides. Will Smith talk about how he wants to go into comedy and needs somebody to mentor him, which is very, very important. And needing someone to mentor him, who does he go to? He goes to none other than Dave Chappelle. In life, we need mentors in everything we do. People that can guide us, people that can help us, people that can help us become who we want to become. Mentors are very, very crucial and very, very important in life. Always get yourself a mentor in any field, any path, any career that you want to go into. Get yourself a mentor. It is very, very important. Let's continue with Dave Chappelle and Will Smith. Watch.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is part of my bucket list.
Yeah.
Things I've always wanted to do, things I've been afraid of. So I'm jumping out of a helicopter. I'm doing stand-up.
And I'm Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. And it's never been more dangerous.
Hello, Q-Tip.
Yo, what's up, boy? Yeah.
It's Will.
What's up, man?
Man, I ain't got no CeeLo dice though.
I know. Hey, listen. I was like, if that's tip, you got. Trust me, we in Vegas. We gonna easily get 3 dice.
There you go.
This CeeLo king.
Yo, them dice.
Don't let the smoke
Dice.
taste fool you.
Listen, they just
They'll
do.
take all your money.
They just the dice do. They do what I want them to do. They do what I want them to do.
Hold up, boom, get the right angle, bam, bam, ooh, bam, jam, that's hot. So yeah, we just back from Vegas. So it was good, it was a good trip, I'm feeling very excited. All right, can I be honest with y'all? I'm just testing the camera. This is my first, it's a new camera, so I really don't have nothing to say. I'm just testing the camera.
The stand-up is about exploring my life, having the opportunity to think about my life and think about my experiences in a way to craft them into jokes is a beautiful self-exploration. With me being the source of the material, I just need help mining my life and mining my experiences to be able to structure them into a routine. I got a sense of the type of stand-up I'll do. I think I'm a straight storyteller. It's not jokes for me as much as it's stories.
As a fan, I kind of wanted him to talk about stuff that I want to know, like how he feels about his family's success and how his family is growing and how they're all superstars. talk about some close things that people really haven't heard about on stage. So it's gonna be really intimate. It's gonna be a door opening into Will's life.
It's my morning walk. I usually take a morning walk out at the house. Jada turned the whole damn house into a set. See that? Look at all that. What the f is that doing? What is she shooting on the roof? Y'all see that? That's my house. I have lost control of my house.
You can listen to how he says he has lost control of his house, meaning his wife has taken over the control of his house, and she gets to do whatever she wants. But is it a bad thing, though? No, it's not a bad thing. It just shows that he. It just shows that he truly he loves her, though, and it's his wife. She can do whatever she wants to do, even though they're in an open marriage. She can do whatever she wants to do. I don't know. He is somebody that loves his wife, and he said something very, very profound that whenever he overcomes fear, that is how he gains freedom. And it's very true, because sometimes there are a lot of things that we can do, but fear prevents us from doing those things because we are super, really, really super scared. In which we shouldn't be scared, because we can greatly overcome all of those things. But we tend to hinder ourselves or slow ourselves down with the fear that we have, with the fear that we see, in which we shouldn't have such fear. In life, don't be scared of a lot of things. We really circle ourselves with so much fear, to a point where we hinder ourselves from achieving a lot of things. Put fear in ourselves, in which we shouldn't do that. Don't hinder yourself with fear. And he says he craves adoration and admiration from what people say about him. I can say in life, sometimes don't just give a damn about what people say or think about you. Just be yourself, be you at the end of the day. That's what is most important. Just be you, and be yourself at the end of the day, though. That's what's most important. Thank you.
Tell us the real reason, the deeper reason for you as to why you are doing this.
You've known me for a really long time. You've known me for more than half of my life.
Absolutely.
You know how much fear I function under.
Absolutely.
The construction of the character of Will Smith was in order to not be scared. On the show, the way that I talk to women, the fun that I would have as a character talking to women, was because of how freaking terrified I was my whole life to talk to women. What I've discovered is, as I confront every little fear, it's how I build freedom. Every time I confront a fear, I feel more free.
What's up?
In my mind, there's a huge potential emotional tragedy in people going, I'm getting nervous.
Are you?
We're getting close. Yeah, I'm actually getting nervous. I'm going to learn something about myself. One of the things I'm already clear about is I care too much what people think about me. Like there's something I have to earn from people, like addicted to adoration. Like I thought I had broken that, but as I can see, I still
struggle with a little bit of a need for approval.
The nerves around being judged are huge for me. It's been a big part of the difficulty in experiencing the joy that I want to experience in this life. And even doing the stand-up, if it sucks, but I'm not going to allow the fear of the disapproval of others to keep me from living the way I want.
The good news is, fear is good for comedy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the best.
I need that.
One of the best shows I ever seen, a guy that went on was terrifying.
Love it. All right.
Yeah, no,
Good.
that's good.
So I'm lined up for that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely lined up for that.
The other thing is you gotta remember, you're a big star.
Yep.
If you look anybody directly in the eyes, they might look away.
Wow.
That's the power of celebrity. And you're a good dude. You don't have to put on any airs. You don't have to, you just, whatever. You know what I mean? Being a good dude in comedy, that's rare. Comics are ass nicotine. You know the hardest part for acting with me? Not looking in the camera.
Not looking
I can't even do the basics.
Do you have any comments about Kanye West running for president?
What?
Kanye West running for president.
I've heard nothing about this man.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't heard anything about this.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Well, hopefully we'll get the right celebrity in office.
Yes. Can you, Will Smith, or you run for president?
You would vote for me if I ran?
I would.
All right,
yes.
that's I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna take that under advisement.
Please.
And I'll be the vice president. That way, nothing bad will happen to Will.
Oh my God, that is wonderful.
A rock and a hard place for Charles. That ticket.
I love you guys.
I love you. Be well.
We have to make a movie together.
That will be hilarious.
All right, man, what's my last minute pep talk?
You said something to me in Vegas that I've been thinking about since you said it, about confronting fear, like that's what your life's about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great way to live.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that is so admirable about it is, even myself, I rarely step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you know who makes me nervous when they're in the audience? Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get starstruck. Something about when I see him in an audience.
Really?
It makes me feel bad about myself. Because I know he's better than me.
Yeah.
Even though he don't do it anymore, I'm like, you're naturally more gifted.
Eddie's hilarious, man. The Godfather.
Yeah, he's a wild dude.
Growing up with Eddie Murphy, I was from the Eddie Murphy generation, and it was just a superpower. It was magic to be able to stand on stage and make people feel like that.
Even though it's 1982, it's still a risky business to be the first black president. You have to give speeches like this. My fellow Americans.
Eddie Murphy was the singular image of what a young black man could become. And he didn't compromise his blackness. It's like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it like that.
When you see a legend in something, always respect that legend. Dave Chappelle says one of the highest things that he fears in comedy is when he sees with Eddie Murphy. It's when he sees Eddie Murphy at the shows, because he knows that Eddie Murphy is good than him. Eddie Murphy is perfect than him. It's not that Eddie Murphy is super perfect. It's not that Eddie Murphy is super perfect. It is just that when you see people that are great, right, give them that respect, though. Because they truly deserve it. Because they never arrive in that place or that position just like that. It took a lot for them to it took a lot for them to be in such a state or is in such a it took a lot for them to be in such a state or in such a position. When you see people in a way that they are, it took a lot for them to be in that place. You know, and if you wanna be like somebody, don't speak evil about that person. Instead, support that person. See what you can learn from that person and see how you can become like that person. See what you can learn from that person and also see how you can be like that person because it is very, very important at the end of the day. Like you see, Will Smith wanna do a stand-up comedy. He gets inspiration from Dave Chappelle. You know, and Dave Chappelle is somebody that has gotten inspirations from Eddie Murphy. So both of them combined together and fall on Will Smith. It is awesome, very, very awesome. Thank you guys for watching this.